Hello and welcome, students. Let us evaluate one more answer script of CBSE Grade 10 Mock 1 examination. The candidate has used the CBSE released sample paper for responding. Now, this paper seems quite challenging to evaluate or peer evaluate because the candidate has hardly lost a few marks. You may have a look at it. In reading, 2 marks are lost. That means an MCQ not answered correctly or two MCQs not answered correctly. Writing, which was out of 10 marks, 4 marks are lost. So this is a certain area for suggestions for improvement. In grammar was out of 10, so 1 mark is lost over there. Literature reading, 2 marks are lost over there, and literature subjective response, 2 marks are lost. Altogether, about I think 11 marks are lost. So those 11 areas are the areas for suggestions. If it is MCQ, you are expected to evaluate this. You are expected to evaluate evaluation is to be done on the basis of 1 star and 3 wishes. That means you have to give one area, one pointer, which is the best quality in this particular answer script. You that is 1 star, and then 3 wishes to the candidate. That means you need to give 3 suggestions to this candidate for improvement. It is self-beneficial when you are evaluating someone's paper, and it is definitely beneficial for the candidate whose paper we are evaluating. So it is either way beneficial. Now let us see first of all the question numbers. If we see the question numbers and the sub question numbers are properly placed in the margin, and the option literals are correctly placed in the textual area along with the answer, and it is very neat written, and you can see one line is left for neatness. That is definitely a good point. That's as per my observation. And then you can see that the candidate has done quite well. There's only one error over there and one error over here. That means if you are suggesting for the reading improvement, you need to give certain strategies how the candidate can score in reading, or maybe 100% in reading. The strategies of elimination, the strategies of pointing or writing a pointer for every paragraph that is read. That means main idea of one word of every paragraph that is read, and then the from the options one, how to eliminate answers and narrow down and then go back and check, or looking at the labels or subtitles of the paragraphs that the candidate has already given for the paragraphs. That is one strategy, but you can give your own strategy for improvement. This is literature reading. You can see that in the literature reading, there's hardly any mark missed out. The candidate has self-corrected to the correct answer. Rhyme scheme, there's an error in the rhyme scheme. That's an oversight by the candidate, and that's how when the candidate is very quick in responding this kind of errors. This is quite um, very minor kind of error, but 1 mark is lost over here. The last option, kindly give an suggestion how this kind of error can be avoided. Grammar, if you want to give a suggestion to improve in grammar, kindly give a suggestion how to improve. Do not write the correct answer for the candidate. The answer key is already released. It is a suggestion how the candidate should study, or what the current candidate should study to improve that area. You can see the self address on the one. The address, what is given in the question paper, is only an indication. You need to check it very carefully, what part, city, country, what is missing. And then you need to give the date as it is given over here. The SHO, that is the full form. You need certain acronyms are used in the uh, question paper, but the candidates are expected to write it in the full form because you are writing for a language paper. If it is a home officer or station house officer, you need to write the incomplete form and then proceed. And then you have to write the police station of Bhubaneswar. The is missing over there, Odisha, and then India, the country that is missing over there. Subject, previously it was written before, but as per the latest format, it is first the salutation, that is, you gain the attention of the person, and then you per se, then you present your point, what you are going to talk about. And one idea about the subject is that it should not be more than three words as such, or it should not be a sentence as such. Now you can see the to draw the attention, it seems like an objective that is written over there, so it should be just three words. Yeah, I have pointed out like flouting the rules or quarantine rules. F can be capital, Q can be capital, R can be capital, and it should be underlined. So certain areas for improvement, if you can write sir or sir slash ma'am. Now because that is one area. The tabassum, the name was given in the question paper. There should be a comma over here because with the when you give the, remember the rule that when you place two commas, that means this sentence, this part of the word, this word joins with the next part. So I am a resident of Satyanagar. So that is how one comma is here, one comma is missing. So that is a error of punctuation. And you can see the format, half a mark is lost in format. It was quite evident. Content is one area where a person can improve the content of the letter, but it should not go beyond the word limit because CBSE has cut down the word limit of a letter writing. Do not extend it beyond certain limit, but the content should be strong. For fluency words, now because it is cut down, at least two or three fluency words are definitely expected. For accuracy of language, you write moreover when you have already given one suggestion, two suggestions. Do not use transitional words without any thought because a person has to connect it with the previous writing. That is how fluency is judged. Avoid scoring out something, work on neatness. The next question, that is again writing. You can see the title. The opening line, avoid copying from the question paper. Begin writing what you have selected to write. You can see the marks for format has been lost because the title is missing. And one pointer regarding paragraph is that it should be just one paragraph. The paragraph writing should be just one paragraph. Do not write the paragraph writing question in several paragraphs. That is where one would definitely miss out marks on format. So you can see over here, there is some opening. If it is copied out from the question paper, the person has already done a paragraph. The candidate has already done. So this seems to be another paragraph. This is one pointer regarding it's not only the title, but writing on the entire matter together is a paragraph. And if you're copying out some sentence or some pointer from the text, you are actually spending your word limit. You can see values are given, the counts that are those were given, If some graph is given, the value is used, comparison is done. If uh, if on one hand is used, then on the other hand you can write. But if you have not used it in the paragraph, then it cannot be used. So the remaining half cannot be used for comparison. Now you can see that the candidate has written the paragraph writing in several paragraphs. So it has become an essay, it is not paragraph writing at all. That is how the marks have been lost. It is a paragraph that has been pointed out. Literature. Literature, the pointer is that it should open with the writer's name and the type of writing should be mentioned. If it's a short story, write short story. If it is an autobiography, kindly write autobiography. If it's a play, please write the play. And then single quote and the title case, that means first letter should be in capital letters and the single quote should close. Uh, Pointer regarding the use of comma, check that if it is right, because the writer, we are talking about the writer in her story or short story, the hundred dresses, justified Peggy's cruel behavior towards Wanda is missing over here by stating that she didn't know they were being mean. Did not, if it is didn't is used in the text, it is allowed, but if it is your own construction, please be careful not to use it. The questions which were of 2 marks are awarded. The questions which are of 3 marks, kindly check carefully. Neatness is one area of concern for this candidate. One pointer, whether you are using the present tense or you are using the past tense. Wherever possible, try using the past tense in your response. Try using PEE technique, that is point out, cite an evident, it is evident that. You can see the candidate has used the fluency words, the candidate has used the citations, but the expression, it is evident that, it can be commented that, this kind of expression is missing from the candidate's expression where PEE technique is involved. So that is how 1 mark is lost. When this has been pointed out, do not write on one hand. On the other hand, try using on one hand, give an idea, then use on the other hand and complete the idea. Try giving 1 star and 3 wishes to the candidate for improvement for the areas where the marks are lost. It has been pointed out this kind of expression is missing from the answers. Thank you very much for your kind attention.